So, super famous. Not a single human was hurt or lost, nor dog, on all of his trips. Because if you get out of the tent and you walk here, you turn around and in an Arctic storm, you can't see the tent. It's gone.
If you ever question the grit of today's young crowd.
So we're gonna learn the differences between paraphrasing, summarizing, and quoting.
I dare you to go face to face with these kids.
Okay, Zach, what's the first vocabulary word?
Face to Face Academy hides near the heart of Minnesota's capital city.
What we are is a public charter school, and our mission is to serve the most at risk for dropping out of high school.
Thursday, you guys have your last progress reports.
These are kids that have kind of fallen through the cracks.
Kids who might just need smaller class sizes or a bit of extra TLC.
They come here to get that smaller environment, to get that community feel, and to really get back on track so that they can graduate.
You guys made a really, really positive impression.
The academics are extremely important, but the life skills are equally important.
Exactly why, a few years back,
this is a must-have.
Teacher Paul Gerton had a moment of sorts.
He was like, you know, it'd be really cool if we took some kids out on a trip. You know, we should do it. I said, yeah, why not?
A trip.
Okay, keep moving.
Not like a field trip, but much bigger thinking.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, it's going. Oh!
They would come up to us and say, you know, I had a really good time. You know, can we do that again?
All right, you guys, let's bring it in for the last questions then.
They were showing up more, and they were engaged in school more. And so we thought, well, we're on to something here.
One outdoor trip became 2, then 3, and 4.
When you have that kind of bond, then that allows you to translate that into the classroom. And the student has a greater respect for the staff member or the teacher, but the teacher also has a greater respect and understanding of the student as well. And you really kind of connect at that human level.
Face-to-face students now test above public school averages. Newsweek even singled out the Academy as a top school beating the odds. To understand is to appreciate. These kids call themselves outsiders. And they're more than happy to prove it.
All right, let's do the fishing rods then. Aaron, will you get that last little bit of stuff? They don't know why they want to come, but as soon as they hear there's a camping trip, they know they want to be there.
I've got a lot of fresh food for you guys.
They're doing great for such a huge group. We're really well organized today.
Today's trek will take face-to-face kids north to camp alongside a Minnesota icon. Will Steger, a polar explorer and global expert on climate change.
Actually, I want to take one photo of you guys. They're going to like this. All right, have a great time. I wish I could be out there with you guys.
A 5-hour bus trip, the ultimate field trip to the woods, with a few stops along the way.
Hey, yo! Come in!
Lunch served with a view. The simple pleasure of first rock skipped. Just being a kid.
Just opens their minds and opens them to a world that they've never seen before. And that's really exciting.
Coming up next,
Knowing what to do, that's the trick.
students settle into camp and deal with life outdoors.
You're not being bugged at all, right?
Nope. I'm a happy camper.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Minnesota's select GMC dealers, Jesse Treble Safe Basements of Minnesota, Running Aces Casino and Racetrack, and by Connecticut.
Up next, Face-to-Face Academy kids load the school bus to get outside and sort of study in one of Minnesota's most intriguing outdoor classrooms.
Are there chargers at this place?
If field trips take energy,
Did you bring out portable charger?
these kids will have no problem getting from point A to B.
Our students come from a variety of different places. Most of them are St. Paul kids, have been going to the local St. Paul schools.
Face-to-Face Academy found mixing academics and the outdoors led to student success.
They really are looking for kind of a fresh start.
Exactly why these 15 kids road trip north to to discover life outdoors.
Camperman.
Hey, is that a moth?
Yeah. This is the biggest moth I've ever touched. It's kind of creeping me out, but it's cool.
Get together with groups, people you want to camp with, and then we'll hand out tents.
Think of Paul Gurton as the general.
All right, if you put them in this way and the wind blows it, it's going to pull it out real easy. So you want to put it in the opposite direction.
He directs Face to Face Academy's outdoor trips.
They just learn a lot about themselves. At some point, you need to get out there and test yourself, and this gives them the chance to do that.
Got it? All right, yeah. All right.
Tonight, students will camp on Polar Explorer Will Steger's Northwoods Retreat.
Oh gosh.
A new environment comes with new challenges, like bugs that'll bug you. Soon enough, the students settle in.
We need about 4 people to volunteer for dinner crew tonight.
Kids cook, they camp, and just exist outdoors.
It calms me down out here. It's fun, you know, getting outdoors with your teachers and stuff.
Come sunup, students earn their keep.
We get all the rocks from the hillside here. We dig it out.
Will Steger allows Face to Face to camp on his land.
Once you dig down, all these other rocks will get loose on you.
In trade for a bit of sweat equity.
This is a big rock.
Look at that.
Okay, actually a lot.
This one's under a root.
The kids dig stone for Steger's retreat building projects.
Part of being sustainability is to look for your own building materials. It's part of what we do. We raise our food, we harvest our own stone and our own wood.
He's been building up this place where he wants to bring policymakers and decision makers so that they can talk about the environment and climate change and create policy that will impact that in a positive way. Those boys are determined.
Oh, we are definitely getting this out today. Yeah, we are.
They get a lot out of just the work itself. They're from the city, so this is kind of new work. Kids are very natural in the wilderness. I mean, you can see them. They're always having a good time up here, so he sets a good example, I think, for us.
I really think it's stress relieving. You know, getting a sweating out in the sun, doing some work. I like it.
Some of the rocks want to just stay at home and we just got to bring them out. They need to help us build buildings and stuff.
These kids
Determination.
might be moving rock. But this day and this trip may just someday help them move mountains.
That was huge.
You're hauling rocks from the side of a cliff. It's an interesting experience, and I think it brings a lot of us closer together.
It's really pretty. I love places like this. I want to live somewhere like this. I don't know. It's just really calming. It's good to be out of the city.
Who says this isn't the ultimate classroom?
I feel like we all get to work together out here and like get to know each other more.
I just like the wilderness better than I like the cities.
I like camping and fishing and being out of the city. That's actually something I want to do. I want to move out of the city once I have my life together.
Isn't it nice?
Lessons learned face to face.
You give them the chance, you give them exposure, and you see them, you know, blossom and grow. And they appreciate the experience just as much, if not more so, than anybody else.
I guess it's the nature of nature.